Hello everybody, it's me, Ray-Kon here, and it's been a bit. Hope you've all had a wonderful day. Sorry for this just disappearing out of nowhere. That is very rude of me. Uh, this is a bit awkward for myself. But sorry. I did not. Let's get further into it. Without further ado, oops, sorry about that. Let's just jump right in. Ooh, wait. Ah, there it is. It wasn't popping up for a second. Also, the music's not fitting for this. I'm gonna be changing my music. Give me a sec. So my genuine concept that I'm thinking about is building the Alfred deck. I'm at the dumb deck build that I've been thinking of is doing the Alfred early Legion. That's at least what I'm thinking of doing. But I don't know. I'm still like in the concept of the things. Hope. Well, It's too a bit too loud there. There we go. Okay. Now we can jump back in. So my concept really is just building the premium deck with centered around King of Knights Alfred at the moment. You know, doing the whole Legion thing with Ezel. Let me just look up Royal Paladins for a second. It's on premium format. It is a grade 3 unit. Let me just arrange them from alphabet. And there he is. King of Knights Vanguard. Ezel. I've genuinely just been liking this guy. He's just so cool. So his skill basically reads is just the Legion ability, so he's gonna be jumping in between to 2400 during offensive because of the Alfred's new value of 13. Well, that and it was already enforced, I guess, so it was like Oops, I got rid of that. Can't really use my emails while building that. So we're just gonna be trying to build it with my boy here. So it's a Soul Blast 2, choose a card from your hand, the same card as this unit in your Vanguard, or and discard it. These are Legion, so you deck out the grade 2, grade 1, grade 0, and call them separate regard shuffle them. So it means either I would have a Ezel or I would have a King Knight Alpha. This is Legion, your unit cannot boost it this unit. So basically, same restrictions as King Knight Alpha, since it will have the combined of just not having that entire thing on him. But he would be getting the extra crit. If we get any higher, it will have the energy. Oh, energy blast will be restricted. Oh, that's less good, actually. My enthusiasm is kind of quailed. That kind of sucks. I genuinely want them to include energy, but I don't know. Energy is still kind of the idea of keeping the energy generator in standard is very smart because we still don't know like the full capability of what energy could do, or what it can just rack up with its potential, since it's a constantly reviving itself resource. It's a resource that just never dies. So it's sort of very unfair. Some decks are just gonna have a field day knowing that, oh yeah, I just have unlimited resource. That's it. I'll never really run out of it unless I'm like overspending on stuff. So I can't really build this deck. Oh, then I can do one for Narukami. I think I've tried to make the one for Narukami for Vermilion, but I haven't really executed anything as well. So let me just see if I can find my deck list. Give me a sec. I'll have an even better set. For those who don't know, I got a new desk. It's not the best desk I'm also using it as like a corner desk. But considering certain things of the project I mentioned, I had to take down the second monitor I had. So I'm mostly just running this all at one monitor. It's really clustered. By probably next month, I'll be ordering a new monitor. The project does not involve the other monitor I have. It's just that the other monitor I had was actually just from remote computers. So I was using an all remote computers for a second monitor. So I had to in order to maintain a certain amount of not making my power bill go high as hell, which the other project will affect my power bill, I had to just stop using that so it'd be less of a drain. So yeah, it will involve a computer. That's all I'll say. It won't involve my main setup. It will just involve how I run things, sort of. And depending on what I see on the project spectrum or whatever, I will be executing certain things to work differently. But yeah, ignore me. We'll just be jumping into just choosing a new deck. Where's Vermilion? That's the nymph version of the deck. Well, it's Vermilion nymph. Yeah, it's the only one I have here. Let me check. I'll check it. Be sure if I type. There we go. Yeah, I only have the Vermilion deck, so just gonna use that as a base for this, and then I'm just gonna start cutting things. In order to make this build actually usable, I'm gonna actually take out this Vermilion the Blood. It just doesn't fit well with how I'm gonna be building the deck. Red River Dragoon could still be very good if I ride upon him. It would mean I would have to 4-up, but if I'm gonna be running this more Narukami wise, I genuinely got more benefits by doing this. Now we're just gonna get rid of our nymph stuff. This was a very cool package, the nymph stuff, but we're not gonna be using any of this. 3-0, second that out, and that's still confusing on right deck. We're not using it. There we go. So now I can just grab him, and now the right deck will appear. And oh, this is blah blah blah. You play some of your hand. If you're a banker building an requirement, you can't look at top 7 cards of your deck. The one card with Vermilion in its card name, only turn of a card for its clan. After one turn of the from under reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. If you reveal the wait, this is a shuffle hand right to soul, right? Play some of your that is interesting. This actually is a bit better than the grade 1 Vermilion Searcher. The top 7 search. I have to put something into soul, but that's not bad. It's actually better than the grade 1, actually. Yeah, I'm keeping her. Her cost is very crap. It's just I have to be Narukami. It's just yeah, that's what I'm trying to aim for. So now all I have to do is I'm getting my thoughts here. Let's see. Okay, let me just look for the star of the show, the one I'm actually gonna be equipping this guy with. And that would be what I bastard. Where are you, my boy? There we go. Dragonic Kaiser Crimson. are Legion made for this one. And since these units' power have increased, now he's going to be a 24. Actually, 2,500 in terms of power. No, 24. Because this guy's an 11 and plus a 13. Yeah. So he obviously runs with limit breaks, since when he appeared, it was in combination with the limit break thing. There's a way to bring that back, but Crimson's not gonna be like the main star of the show. He's gonna be like a tool I can just have in the deck, sort of. Which is kind of a limit break. Choose one of your Legion mates, activate it until their turn. It loses the cost until the next time it's played. So this is the thing about this whole shenanigan. Considering the whole thing of involving of adding Crimson and the certain mechanics that exist already for Vermilion, which we have a superior ride mechanic with a grade 2 unit that we're going to be having in this build as well. I have two choices. Either I could stick with this this Vermilion specifically. He has a pretty decent skill. He's a lot better than his V format one, and obviously way better than his original version. It would give me like a power distribution, the multi-attack that lets me just pick anything in the board to hit, which by itself is very neat. And also the secondary ability of just being able to push for an extra damage. Or I could run it V format one, which gives me an actual marker, meaning that when I ride that guy, I'll be able to activate its ability, get the actual marker, get a draw, get the extra circle, and not just that, but then I could do the grade 2 unit that lets me superior ride by sacrificing him and looking for a Vermilion in my deck. And then the breaks. Obviously, there's a more bigger advantage of doing the V format one in terms of just having access to just the actual marker, then activate that ability. Then I could just ride either to Crimson or ride into this Vermilion. But the problem with riding this Vermilion is that I don't have access to Persona Ride, because Persona Ride, unless a card ability details it's active, is only active when during the ride phase. So if I don't ride during the ride phase, the exact same copy of this Vermilion, then the ability's it's kind of useless of getting Persona Ride. The most of Vermilion's useful is mostly just activating the rearranging attack pattern. That's the most, honestly. It's not a lot. So most of my thought process would be run one copy of him and then run 3 copies of the V version. So I can have the V version. The problem is that he's plenty of weak. The most he gets is just the front row wipe. That's the 5k power and extra crit. That's pretty much it. I mean, it binds them. No, it just retires them. It doesn't bind them. Yeah, it doesn't really do much. But yeah, basically just run one copy of this in order to do Crimson with its ability. But run 3 of this just to have access to his own ability. So that's interesting. This makes it Crimson. Oh, the D format one has a lower stack for those cards. That's interesting. Eternal's Thunderbolt could be interesting. If I run the grade 1 in the right line, I could just have it first searched. I can run the Red River Dragoon. Instead of Thunderstorm, because Red River just give me access to that. But Red River is not really worth to do that. On the other hand, Thunderstorm Dragoon's really neat for his ability of just rolling upon a card with Narukami. I can look at top 7. It's very generic too. Just at least his ability to search cards with Narukami in its clan. I'm gonna have 4 of him. Then we have her, which will also shove things soul. And she also gets a bit of power. This gets power. I'm also just using her for like her first ability, just like search for a million, which is very neat. It just like makes it 100% sure that I'll be able to get the card instead of just like fumbling of trying to run grade 3 searchers and so forth. She sort of counts as a grade 3 searcher, but I think it just opens up more of my grade 1 slot. I think also just to have some V stuff in order to run. Let's see. We also have like the V version of Dragonic Crimson, which just gives me like an extra attack and also makes it so if I'm running the blood, it doesn't have like, it has like less negatives for me. Also, now that I think about it, if I'm not gonna run Eternal Thunderbolt, then it's not really worth running this. The V version. The D version. The most the skill would be useful is like for the multi attack, but like that's about it. I'm mostly just gonna aim for like running like Dragonic has removed the blood, the V version of it, because it's my favorite iteration of the card. And not just that, the extra drive checks could generally just be like a game winner. And it also seems like a very cool YOLO. I think it's funny. I'm gonna run 3 because anyway I'm gonna be running like we press A to rearrange with the cards here. And oh, it just like shows premium, so it's just running it. So I'm just gonna write Vermilion. I think I wrote it wrong. There we go. It has everything. Okay, that's all more easy. I should just press premium. It just gives me everything. Let's see. Oh well, no, it doesn't. It's just that I press now Kami. Yeah, that's the thing. I press it here. Ooh, I'm a bit tired. They have Kaiser. This one just have. I was being searched the grade 2, which is Spark Arrow. So this I have at least that advantage of just getting Spark Arrow. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have him just for that. It's actually useful. And just running like how many grade 3s would I have in this deck? I have like right now it's 10, 11 if we run Eternal Thunderbolt. So the Eternal Thunderbolt's interesting because if your opponent has no regards at all, front row gets plus 5k, which in itself is neat. Although that would mean I would have to like fight between running River and this one. River has like less benefits. This at least can be used as like extra attacker that gets you a bit more power. The advantage is that we'll be having all the active abilities. So even if I have to like tap it with him with the V version of Vermilion, I still get at least like a front row wipe, extra crit. Chances are I'm dealing with a deck that just picks up their stuff and leaves. Extra crit is very neat. But yeah, I think I'm just running like 3 Crimsons. Probably run the V version of the Crimson. Just so I can have the refund for the blood just in case. Then might just do this and this. Might run Eternal Thunderbolt out. Keep this at 4. Kaiser. There we go. Now we got better. Because that also means I can run 1 copy of him. And anyway, I'm going to be searching for Vermilions with abilities. So I can just, if I pull this Crimson, that's pretty good. It just means I can, it's something else I just don't need in the deck. Having 4 of these, just so I can do that. And also bring Spark Arrow Dragon. Just so I can have that extra versatility, just having the ability to mix and match my Vanguards. I have this one, which is going to be searching the first Vermilion. And it's also going to be a grade 2 searcher. So it's going to be looking for my Spark Arrow. And we also have River Dragoon, so we have their unroaded upon just top 5 Narukami search. Because Spark Arrow is not going to be a right target, it will be like an emergency right target at most. Running 3 of this, running 1 of the Crimson, of the V version, running 4 of the Blood, just so I can have like that early pressure, just slapping my opponent with like a triple drive plus crit. And if I do Eternal Thunderbolt, they have a front row, then that's even better. Running Defensive Roar is really neat on this deck, mostly because of its ability to just let me pick up stuff. So it should have like 2 at most. Yeah. The card I really want to run is like Crown Holder Dragon, but the power boost is really negligible. And there's quite a few decks that just don't care about hitting. So I'm just going to be focusing on decks that just let me just do my thing and just let me power up and punch things. I am tempted of running Warning just for the hells of it. Just the power distribution is pretty good. Back hits you, the 2 units taking place with cower. All opponents in the front row. It just hits everything. It ain't worth it like that. They do like a premium form version, an updated version where you just get better skills. That'd be cool. But it's really dependent, honestly. I have to deal with the triggers though. I think the Kaiser lineup here is actually that amazing. Drink some water. Mostly just building decks. Probably like Thursday, I might have a stream if I don't have anything going on that day. Again, I'm going to try to make the schedule, and I'm going to talk to some friends so I can just build a schedule around their schedule. See if they're going to be doing anything. Because my bestie's back in town, and we've been hanging out a bit. Sadly, we haven't been able to hang out as much, mostly because my budget is kind of crap right now. I'll try to have like a separate budget. I'll just be citing a bit of my budget just to hang out with her, but at most I'll be able to do like 1 or 2 outings, and I will be probably ordering like cheap stuff, whether it be food or drinks. It depends. Yeah, but nothing else here is really interesting for me. At most, like now, let's play one the Narukami, because with that, it opens up like everything. Actually, no, it just opens up to certain cards. Because we have access to Rising Phoenix when any card is bound during your turn by a card effect. If a card with Narukami in its card name, Soul Blast, call this card to reveal. Soul won't be genuinely a problem, so to speak. Because thanks to this lady, I'll be shoving things to Soul. Thanks to River Dragoon, I'll be shoving things into Soul. At most, Spark Arrow will be taking things from Soul, but anything else, it's like most of these things are just shoving things into Soul. Like, the Blood, by his ability on its own, just makes it so that I just shoved it into Soul. And Demonic Dragon of Casting also shoves it into Soul. So it's like, losing things that involve Soul is not that difficult. At most, I'll try to keep, like, defensive things. This is gonna Raiden could be interesting, mostly just so I can have, like, 8 extra sort of heal. So I can risk my heal, my grade 3 heals, a lot faster. And have these basically as backup. Yeah. Actually, he might not be that bad. Might run for him. Mostly so I can have that, and I can be a lot more reckless with my other. It's a great one. There's nothing else I'm really interested in. I already searched for the Kaiser one. I searched the Narukami one. Medieval Dragoon, again, I probably won't need it because I'll be searching. I mean, he's a lot more versatile that I'll be able to pick up any grade 3s. But this one also lets me search out Spark Arrow, so there's like 8 cards I can search in my deck that could fit in the criteria. Let's check. Here. We could have Madeline, mostly so we can deck them a lot faster. if I have 4 copies of her, I can basically just use her as a mill engine. Just, well, not mill engine, but just as like an engine I could use for searching for things. I can't rely mostly on the thought that, oh yeah, I'll be hitting a lot of hits, so I won't be able to use Martial Arts Dragon, which is a really good card if you're able to get a lot of hits. But if not, he's just kind of washed. Because while I will have like 4 attack, 3 attack, he will be getting at most, with a regular attack pattern, at most I'll be able to get a 15k. That's including the force marker. If I'm able to get like 2 force markers by doing the superior ride, I can push him to be a 20k boost. But with Vermilion, if he's able to cast out his multiple attacks, if I'm able to attack the front row, then I'm able to just do some shenanigans and just get a whole power. An example, if we have a full board, then we're just getting an entire 25k, 30k on its own. If we have an entire board of attacks, it's a 25k on one Vanguard swing, which is kind of nutty if we're able to pull that off. But that is like the best scenario of us being able to pull that. From what I'm seeing from the deck, we're not going to be having a lot of problem with Soul. I should get my triggers, actually. So, let me get my triggers. Let me just set up my triggers. And then, I don't think Counterblast is going to be a problem. The most it will be using is either the Blood, this Crimson if we're able to activate it. But other than that, there won't be any more Counterblast at the moment. Like, at most I could probably do it with the Casting, so my Strides will probably be using my Counterblast. Heroes. I have one for counter charge, but won't really need it. I'll be doing a lot of self-bind for myself. At most, I could try to have like a Jokey just in case. Also, just having the extra counter charge would be neat. But I think, considering my current situation, I will need like all 4 of this. I'll need all 4 of this. It's just that there's a lot of decks now that just gain a lot of advantage on going for its grade 3. At most, I'll be able to get a triple drive if I'm lucky. If I whiff completely, I'm just fooling around. And Crimson, there's a reason Crimson is at 3. I could push it to 2 if I need it. I need another 2. Okay, ignore me. Now we're going to triggers. At most, I'll probably be running all 4 of the Wyvern Guard golds. I genuinely haven't been looking up into the premium meta to see what's up. But I think I'll be needing as many draws as possible, so I'll be running 4 draws of the gold. If not, I could try to run the other blitz, but I will be running Defensing Roar. Oh, sorry about that. I'll be running Defensing Roar, so I'll be able to just drag a card and then pick it up later, giving it an extra 10k shield. So it makes it so like most cards in my hand won't be dead weight. Or these is fine-ish. I could run of the D format D triggers. That would be sort of fine. Also because it's a 10k shield, so it's pretty neat. But it would be, I'm gonna keep it here just in case, just for saving like space. As in terms of crits, we're gonna be premium. There we go. We're gonna be probably running Joseph, Resef as well, just to get the extra draws. And considering we have Vanquisher Strides, we will be having benefit of just like running for this. As for OT, just having this is pretty good, because our swings are just something we activate by ability, and then it's active. I mean, If they block swing, there's nothing we can do about that. But the whole idea is that basically just having the ability of just doing this. So having this crit plus Vanquisher, yeah. It's just a very good crit. There's no reason not to run it. Plus it was rotted, so it just works normally. Probably have Stride Botters. Yeah, probably have Stride Botters. I could try to use Paulina just to generate like the extra draw and so on and so forth, but I think I don't want to be dropping like my grade 3s, so I want to have like the option of just running Rumble Dagger. I don't know. It's either run Paulina or run Rumble Dagger. Paulina just makes more sense in terms of just like piling more power to my Vanguard so I can do a bigger swing and just pop more things to the board. But Draco Kid, just a Stride Fodder is very neat. I'm just going to return Draco Kid for now. Alright, my triggers are full. We go those. Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's see. 4, 8, 12, 15, 16. There we go. Dragveta is fine at the moment. Yeah, just having the extra drive is very neat. Regardless, and if I'm lucky, I could just do Dragveta, the blood, having like 4 drives, and then again swinging with that. Very neat. Actually, I filled my deck. Damn. So that's why the deck was telling me, yeah, you can't fit anymore, because I already filled it out. So yeah, running Transform Thunderstone Dragoon is very neat. I won't be having the advantage of having like a attack deck with running other strides like that, but like sort of fun. It's mostly just trying to build decks and see test them out. Let's see. It's 4, 8, 12, 15, 16. Yeah, it's good. Okay, and now we'll be jumping into Grimms. Alright, let's see what we do. Obviously, we're going to be running 2 Counteract, just really big shield. Running 2 of Exterminate is very neat. Sadly, we can only run 1 copy of Stoneburst, so it kind of sucks. If they restricted it to 2, I think it would be like pretty decent. Conquest Fulgurate is still. Sorry about that. Conquest Fulgurate is very meh, and considering the sort of playstyle we're trying to build, he's very meh. He's always been very meh. He has a pretty decent skill, but like it just gets like outshined by everything else. Like I could just run 2 voltage just to be pretty solid. It just gives power to my board for the ever decreasing number of other guys. 1 gold work and running 2 impedes. Advantage of Bulwark, it does it by the end of battle. This one just does it in battle. Okay. So 2 Bulwark and 2 Counteracts. Counteract is just gonna make sure my opponent either lowers their attack force or I just pop things. It gives them the option. Well, this one just blocks everything. Basically, I strive with this, then activate this. I don't remember what is the ruling with healers. Heals. Let me check something. Actually, I can share it by phone. The restriction with heal triggers. Oh, 92%. Check. Let me check. G-Guards restriction. We're going to type G-Guards. G-Guardians, there we go. And now I'm going to get like the instruction. At most I could try to like deal with like Raging War, but like we don't have the ability to pick up stuff that's neat. 7 size for the check. Guard set, blah blah blah. Just the activation details you must complete the call G Guardian for result effect of the result of the call. Calling on to separate any Guardian. If you have 4 more face of G Guardian in your using, you cannot call any more G Guardian. You have 4 more phases of G Guardian. You cannot call any more G Guardians. So I can run 5 G Guardians. But the thing is that I can only play 4 of them. So that's fine. So that means I could run Impede or I could run Brahma. The advantage of Brahma is just he's very easy to just create a big shield. But he's more useful like in Dunjore than anything. So I basically have like a Sky Area Counteract Supreme. Mostly just tell my opponent either destroy them or not. Or I can do Bulwark, which I can do like a very... The thing with Bulwark is that his bind is a lot more restrictive in terms that I need my opponent to be like in a certain situation where it's like Bulwark is better as like a final Guardian just to bind a lot of stuff. Actually, he's just a retire, he's not a bind. Get Thunderstrike 3 plus 10k shield. Might just run Brock. Might just run Brock. I could run another counteract. Basically be having like 8 heals. Like with grade 1 rated. Trump and you get 20k power and 5 more cards can last one to Vanguard to get this 5k power. And most with this type of build, I could take away Thunder Valet. Actually, I need grade 1, so it would not be enough. I could take away Thunder Dragoon to get to grade 2, mostly if I can have like an extra look through my stuff. Could do it. Could probably do that. Not like it costs so much to run her. Plus, if I have her, I can basically be like, I can search my triggers, at least my grade 0s and grade 1s, a lot easier, and search my grade 2s and grade 1s. Well, this one just, yeah, I might do that. And plus, it's not that really a bad of a ride trick. It's just not that great. This is self-bind, doesn't mean much, but work to just pop off more things, get rid of them. I think I'm gonna be running like a 3rd counteract. Counteract has like a higher ceiling of being able to get. They want to be running 3 counteracts and then 2 impedes. I can run 3. I can run 5 heal targets, so that's fine. I have 6 more spots. So for those spots, I'm gonna be running like 1 copy of VMAX and running like run of Closer Dragon, just the GBA where it will end it all. It's surprisingly very easy how, especially with these heals, there's a chance I would just get it Closer Dragon a lot faster. That's gonna be very neat. Get that, but VMAX to have like an extra option of just like finishing the game. I'm probably gonna be running the Dragon Empire Cray Elemental. Progenitor Dragon, mostly so I can have like that. Oh, if my opponent is like trying to slow down the game or like has the entire board, and I don't necessarily have like the requirements to be able to do pure rights, if I'm like in a tough position, then I could just jump into him and then just do his field wipe. And like I get back all my resources with that guy. And chances are I could actually gain like an extra power with Thunder Valet. Probably, yeah, get rid of Thunderstorm Dragoon. Question is, should I run a copy of the Buster? It says under strike 7 for the extra crit and like the extra crit and drive plus an extra 5k for front row to be like a quadruple drive. I mean, it's more names I can just flip. If in that mode, I could just keep 2. I mean, the advantage of this is you can look up a rear guard and drop zone. It's me bind 2, but it's like no. Is there like anybody else here who's like modern? Using the entire room bind more. You get 50 power data open and binds with my 7 more cards. This unit gets +1, 5, and it's terrible. It's very restricted there. Ah. We can well water a bit. What I could do is like run 1 copy of the V-Buster. So I can run like an extra copy of voltage, like an extra 2 off. Mostly just so I can have like a bigger power distribution with that. Because this is more like building it. That could give me easier access to it. Because I could technically do this. Do Spark Arrow and do fix my superior right to something else. Yeah, it just lets me pick. It doesn't care for grid. That's it. Yeah, I could run like 1 copy that just activate the ability, activate Spark Arrow, run 3 of this, so I still have more targets to flip. He flips himself as his own ability. And if push comes to shove, I have to do like that maniora. Then I could just do, it has to be same name though. I'll just keep an extra copy of that. Let's see. Could run an extra copy of Exterminate. Could do that. Exterminate there. Probably just have the voltage there. And now just have Dragon Empire, Great Force. Oh, it just attaches the, yeah. I think like elemental most likely. Alright, we're gonna be having Zap. Alright, I'm also screwing up something. I notice now. Reduce this, keep this here. I think he's here. There we go. So we either do Zero Dragon, no Drogma, and just risk it all. It's just not that effective of a Zero Dragon. And there we go. Progenitor Dragon of Lightning Flame Gilgal. That is the guy we need. Cannon Blast 2. So what on the turn has been battle all opponents in 1 attack. And it gets 10k power to the turn when the attack hits. The unit cannot be turned face up by ability. If this requires face up, you can strive without paying the cost of strive. That is the very neat thing of Gilgal, just having the ability to wipe out. Could reduce fencing roar. So I can just run my grade 0 Kami guy. Running at V, so I can have the. Yep. Let's see. Gonna lynch you. Use this. 2, and there we go. Got my link, and I can do like extra very thorough search. Deck's not looking that bad. At most, I could switch like defensive roar for a Galaxy piece. I might do that, but like defensive roar is just way better. In terms of just having the ability of just like throw something in the board and I can pick it up later. Also have this guy. And you place on from hand. Your opponent has 3 more cards. Move a heal from hand home. So I have that possibility if I use my heals in quick possession that I could just also just use them to just get a bigger shield. And then like give my Vanguard like an extra 5k power. Pretty good. Give me a sec, I'm fighting like my CP demons. Yeah. They're all set up a schedule. Fighting for my life here. Jesus. Just keep drinking water. Right, I think the deck is perfectly fine with. This guy in case we're having to block or just getting the extra shield. And it is a fine deck. Save deck. Decks and then right. Wait, I can just million peak. Go for people. I think this is fine for now. Let's try to make another build. Okay, it's gonna be Narukari build, so we're gonna keep most of the stuff, but we're just gonna get rid of this guy, her, him. There we go. Now this is where things get a bit complicated for me. Because now I need the versatility of reducing this so I can have my grade 0 heal. There we go, perfectly erratically joking. There we go. Mostly so I can just bind more stuff and get like more benefits. Don't think he'll be. I mean, for activating G-Guardians. Oh, I do. Ugh. Ugh. Enjoy my life here. Okay. So Grazio stays as it is. And now, wait, I gotta. I guess give me a second. No, that's not it. Give me a sec. There we go. That fixed some problems. Now, I'm changing this. Let me just mute this for a second. Let me just get some more. Actually, let me just write it down. See, water. Actually, ba ba ba. Mm. Okay. There we go. All right. Next manner of deck building. Let's see what we got here. My main goal here in this case is running it for my main man, Seal Demon Dragon Doomdragon. God, I hate that they give me a try of the Conquer Supreme Dragon Doomdragon Unlimited, but like I'm happy I at least got Doomdragon. I'll take what I can get. I just love my boy. He's just a 17k dual double crit triple drive base unit. It's just like he's so fast. Obviously, if I don't do his abilities, he's not worth. But like, yeah, his build has to be slightly altered, sadly, mostly because I can't do a lot of the self-bind things. Because a lot of those bind abilities were tied that. Why is it in base? Premium, but it's not premium. Oh, well, right. I have to get into like, I want to get like bind and stuff. And relies on myself. But the same thing doing the original Doom is just having self binds and then just throwing them away. And he also recycles stuff, so it has that neatness. Like 17k base, so I stride it to 32k all the time. As long as I don't jump to battlefield strategy. I can't do it this time. Neat. Also, thanks to this, I'm able to run show outs. My stride deck mostly stays like unchanged. Yeah, it's mostly unchanged. At most, I'll probably move Brahma to 2 at most. Hey Spirit, how you doing? It's been a while, hasn't it? Sorry about that. It's just college was kicking my ass and I had to just disappear to deal with college. Hope you've been having a good time, man. Dude, I got in second place in my Vanguard Locals 1-1 pack. Has to get both Bracing Angel Ladder and Twin Cast out of a set of 3 packs. Jesus Christ, man, that's really good. What the hell? Twin Cast and a Bracing Angel Ladder? It's pretty damn sick. What deck were you running? Right now I'm just building premium decks. Probably take a Raiden. Yeah. We need the Raiden. Dual Magistar with my own tech. Ooh, neat. What's your tech with Dual Magistar? That is interesting to hear. I want to play the Darful this Simone. Check. Wait, wrong nation. Simone. That lady. The boost of your soul. I saw more cards kind of last month. About it when I recall. Ooh. Ooh, I see what you did there, Chiller. Not bad. Not bad at all. You have her like a playset, so you're running the 4-up. Interesting. That is really good at it. Let me check something. Let me check something with the Dual Magistar. In your main phase, in right this turn, discard a card, choose a card, play card in this unit from your so write it as stand, in a right again. Attacks, can blast, so blast 3, final stand, perform all fun, you get a card with Astra. Choose your opponent's regard, retire it, and from pro gets 5k, then kick her in, draft close to 1, 5 or more, choose new regards and stand it. Ooh, interesting. You could use it as a multi-attack. But if you have it with Simona as well, you could just stand Simona as well and just give the exact same restrictions. Like, you can knock off 4 cards with this. Like, if you don't really have like a decent attack and you still have the resource for Counterblast, that is neat. And he also can jump to another Astra. Imagine he's not running. Do you run the Damascus or you just run like Well, no, it's not worth it. Same card name as this unit. Yeah, I was confused. Yeah, that was me. Nope. Yeah, I thought so. This is me. I just thought it worked similar to the Mascus. That basically same. I just run 4 dual Magister. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. And who's your counter charger? I'm seeing that this deck has a bit of a counter blast. Has a bit of a cost for the counter blast at least. The advantage is you can also run like Fear Fronts too. Zealous Fear. Oh, the order. Counter charge, choose 3 of your drops, put into soul. Okay, neat. This is interesting. I just don't have like, or I've ever been interested of dealing with this deck, and I've never really faced it, other than like here in area. But I sort of just blend all my memories in area because of all the card fights I do. It's interesting. He's really good. Is there anything new with 36? Not as I haven't really been. Oh right. Chibi Scaryland Hearth Blue. That's interesting. What are your thoughts on this guy? I've heard he's really good in the draw resource. During your turn, if you have orders on a stream where the toys are for kids, only for Uncle gets plus 5k. Yeah, if you get the 4, I think it's Energy Blast 3. Choose the same number heavy toy token from Soul. Toys are for kids, and your orders don't come to rear, so 3 or 4, so you can just call entire board. That's very. That's interesting. It's having the mechanics of having the set order mechanics combined like this. It's very Pale Moon like. How Hearth Blue works. Attacks are about for the following according to number of toys for kids in the zone. 2 or more, choose your front row happy toys, stand it, and it gets 10k power until the end of the turn. At the end of the turn, this unit gets 5k power, and your opponent's Vanguard's 3 or greater, it gets plus right. And if you get to the 4 or more, choose one of your front row happy toys, stand it, and it gets 10k power to the end of the turn. It's a restand with the 2 or more. And if you get the 4 or more, you'll be able to have like front row restand without the Vanguard. He doesn't count of a happy toy as far as I understand. Next locals, I'm thinking about running Omega Guri with 4 of the boost set order for Dark States. The most I would think of like running would be Gridon, because I've seen the defensive Gridon deck and it looks really interesting to me. But other than that, I don't really feel like any deck like synergizes with me well. At least like my brain can handle it. Love the art for these guys. They're very neat. There's a reason I want Game of the Underworld in that deck. Game of the Underworld's really good. Like, if you just call just willy-nilly, Game of the Underworld just suddenly becomes a really good card. I was like, oh yeah, that card is really big. It's a booster now. Good luck with that. Rock with the unit against Intercept. Gets Intercept of the Misery Wing and Lovelica both gain power and can boost. Ah, well, fair. I mean, the advantage of having the Games of the Underworld is having the ability to search it and then activate the ability. So it's basically like a small engine you can keep in there that you can search, which in itself is an advantage. But considering how Darkseid operates, just shoving things into Soul, especially in the deck of Omega where you can just pull more things. Yeah, it depends. It really depends on the build and what's like your end goal, so on and so forth. I love Coaster Shark. Coaster Shark looks really cool. Jumping back to the premium deck. Let's see. I'm gonna need a better grade one. Gonna have to take a Raiden. And for grade ones, I can run here. sort of kind of stuck. Because I either want to use a counterblast with the grade 2 or having Mew Mew as grade 1. Thinking. Soul's not really much of a problem. Well, it could be with Exterminate in there. I could just run with the grade 2 and then have the other grade 2 unit I have that has self-bind. Let me check. There we go. Because if I can ignore running Mew Mew, I could just sort of self-invisible. Like, if anything, is mostly going to be power and draw, not really much left. What was the thing that Music Parrot did? What is that guy do? He's drawing a blank. Where's that guy? Where is that guy? There he is. He is 2-1 trigger for your draw some bind the opponent card thing. You can trigger this unit. Binds look at -5 shield. Ooh, and your opponent cannot increase effectively a turn. A belt to this unit attack. And we'll have to put 2 back over going to soul. Stand this unit gets drive for -1. And it would already have the minus extra attack with the mask is. Instead with this one, the play with off the card to the Mizugura. When collector can count as 2. With the one drop on it, the opponent cannot increase the triggers. When the opponent is off, because the ability of Vanguard with the current card name and regard as putting 2. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad deck. Considering the strategy you think of running with Misery Dragon and Lankia as well, it's pretty good. Although if you want to save, like, if you don't want to run like the Misery King or the Lankia, then you could just do Games of the Underworld and then just run the Grade 1 that goes associated with it. And the Grade 1 as well also gets an extra 5k power, so you could do that. It's deck thin as well. At most, you would be having an extra counterblast to think about when running that guy. At most. Is like, I'd say try to give it a shot and try to test it out. I would say if you have a computer, then try it in an area. Just build like both versions of the deck and just test it out, slamming it against the wall. Or if you know somebody that you can play locally, like conveniently fast, then yeah, just try that. At most, I'm just smacking my head against the wall area. Let's see. Go back to the Kami here. Alright, it loses my keyword, so running bind again. There we go. So I could do that. Mostly have to do self-bind in order to get stuff done. Could run a Shroff instead of the grade 1, but then I would have to start. I'd probably run Majesty. The advantage of Demolition Dragon is very neat, especially early on. I'll be running 4 of the Showa, mostly so I can have the restand for Counterblast. Oh, but if I'm doing that, then I shouldn't run the grade 2, right? How's my soul looking? Because I could use Joki to replenish my soul and Counterblast. Oh, Madeline. Well, that's mostly if she gets the boost ability and all that. How's my strides looking? Because if it's Exterminate, then yeah, I'm kind of screwed. Stun versus well uses it. If I'm going to be running 2 of V-Buffs or Ills uses it, but it could just be a flipper. That nobody else uses Soul, but Soul's going to be a problem. So I think I'm going to be relying on Counterblast. And just running Ren. Show there, but then I got hurt to be able to replenish that. It's a lot easier to replenish. So I'm going to be running the Rens. or Self-bind. I could also technically do Spark Rain just to wipe out part of the board and do that. It's a counterblast thing. I'm mostly trying to make Dundre in premium work. I used to have a Dundre build when we had Summers at 4. Basically it was just my V Dundre build with premium, and it was pretty good. But the problem is now that I haven't dealt with this build specifically like head on for a while, and the numbers at 1 makes it so I can't just build this V version of the deck and then just add like a few extra things. So now I'm sort of like having to build a deck that can do Dundre stuff just in case, so I can have that grade 3 turns where I can just do Dundre and then just do that. I mostly just want to do that so I can just sit on Dundre. He's just a 17k. He's just a lad. And he's a 32 wall stride. That's mostly all I'm thinking about doing right now. I'm just making builds because I made a premium Vermilion build by using the V format Vermilion, and so format we're also running the Legion Mate. I mostly wanted to do the Legion stuff. So that's fine. But this is my favorite unit, so I'm just trying to make his build work. Let's see. I mean, ooh, right. I could do the Gunsung grade 1. I could do the Eradicator thing. Yeah. I forgot about that. I actually do. So Eradicator. And then just look at my grade 1s and run Oban. And if I am gonna keep running Madeline, then it's a lot less detrimental. Wait, if I run also Nusku, it means I can search to heal like I used to. Yeah. So now I can search copies of Joki. Yeah. This works. And keep 2 of the regular Blitz Knuckle just in case I get to early on Rush. Yeah, that works. Asking for triggers, I kind of want to make this guy a bit bigger, but I don't know if I should take out Rumble Dagger Draco Kid. Could take him out to add the other one, either that or switch out my draws. I don't know about switching out my draws. I think I should keep it. It's a trigger slot I could. Let's see. Thinking. I'm also will be jumping on the Vermilion. Could do Sweeten just to have that extra shove to soul. Could do Sweeten just to have like more Eradicators. Shoves to soul does that. Either that or run the Martial Arts Dragon. Thinking. Keep doing it right there. Madeline's good for that search. Keep this here just to have like that extra, just drop something, get that. Got Ren for the counterblast, just bind top a card, and then also get the extra draw probably, and then just bind top card again, just get power, or I can get an extra draw. It's very lottery, but like, yeah. Now we got Gunsung. Gunsung's just really good in combination with Oban, and then we got Nusku just searching all my Eradicator stuff that I'm running, which involves Joki, so I can have access to my counter, so I can have more access to my G cards. Let's see. For my grade 1s, I think I might just run Mighty Bolt. Although I have Nusku, so he could be like the right target. Soul's still kind of very restricted, so I don't really want to mess with that. Could do something Soul. choose a unit that can shove itself. The soul, it has a pretty decent ability because I could use my heal just for that. Let's see, anybody? Yeah, with this at least I have some level of versatility to be able to do other stuff as well. Could run the demolition to be fair. Mighty Bolt will give me like an extra search. Another idea I could do. Demolition Dragon, just for first turn, just swing, does his thing. But if I run Mighty Bolt can do a search. I think I do Mighty Bolt, honestly. Yeah. I lose the offensive like advantage I have with Demolition of just being there and just being a threat. Actually, let me think of something. I'm thinking. Great for. Let me look at something. The Vanguard retired as well. I forget what was the Seraph Dragons like ruling when they leave. Has to be at the end turn. Let me check Seraph Dragon like trying to think something stupid for like my other build. Let me just look up something. Let me just write Seraph Dragon. Mostly for my Vermilion build, I'm thinking something. Might be something silly, but if it doesn't work, then it won't work. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the lore. Yeah, bunch of lore. That's it. Bunch of damn lore. Check, blah blah blah, draw onto your thing, blah blah blah. Shit. Rulings, there we go. Forget sleepily, then rest. By drawing you discard all cards before you write from soul. You can write any grade of a unit from hand or soul into the Vanguard circle with this effect. I keep forgetting the Seraph Dragon ruling. I'm trying to remember. Check the first one. Check out those rulings. That's trivia. I don't care. Let's see. Trying to like Seraph Dragon rules. In such case, this unit check a draw, check players retire, including this unit in case this unit returns to G zone or present. Trying to see. Okay, let me check. I think I found it. Check. No, that ain't it. trying to remember what was the ruling of the Seraph Dragons, because I don't know if it's in the end of the turn. I think it's in the Seraph Dragons go back to the G zone, that the G zone is eliminated. I think that's how it worked. I don't remember particularly. I think that's it. Let me check. No, let me check. I'm just gonna finish this build. Okay. So grade 1. I'm just gonna be searching for either I think I might just be Mighty Bolt, honestly. I contemplated as well trying like do Vanquisher, but like it would mess a bit with how my strides are. And then one Brahma is fine. Because I contemplated just running like some Vanquishers just so I can have that stride first turn. I could just play Dunjure. I think we're just gonna run 4 Mighty Bolts. I'm anyway running the Rumble Dagger Electro Kit. So I think this is fine. Just running defensive was really good. I don't see the bad thing about that. With all the Ratigers I'm running, this should be fine. Then I have like something that can just pop an extra row and then just like set me up. These are really good. And he basically self-sufficient because of Vauban, or if I did Showo, I can just do Doban. Just get that back. Got Reverend just helping me set up my bind zone passively, obviously. And we have my I think this deck is I think this is the build. This is 3 Dunjure P format. There we go. Thing. That's all I'm building today. Yeah, it's getting a bit late. I'm gonna have to work tomorrow. Okay, guys, I think this is where we're gonna be wrapping it up today. Hello. Thank you everybody for coming. We've had a lot of fun. Just building just some decks. It was just meant to be a very chill stream. Just building some decks and play. I had a lot of fun. And mostly because I've also been wanting to build this deck. Probably one of the days I also might try to build Greedon. I like defensive decks. Although I could also do Direwolf. We'll have to see. Regardless, thank you for coming. And now we shall be looking for somebody to raid. Let's see what we have. Oh, Metal Hattie's playing. What is anybody doing? Oh wait, no, Steffi's playing some Pokemon. I mean the card game. I think mine just invade Steffi. I think we're just gonna be invading Steffi. There we go. He's just playing some Pokemon TCG Online. I should try to do that. I have the game. Actually, no, I have my I have to download it on this computer now and put my account. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Well, we got this. Thank you for coming. I'll be seeing you guys a bit later. Well, tomorrow we'll be having D&D night at Piracy. So, he's running the Bloodlet song. That Steffi's great. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow in D&D for those who will be there. I will be doing another stream on Thursday. I will be setting up the schedule for it tomorrow. Without further ado, thank you for coming. I'll see you guys later.